their news are. What is 5G and what does it mean for cybersecurity? The first 4 generations each brought a new level of connectivity. Now, 5G seeks to continue this trend and expand its use for mobile broadband access. Developing technologies include the Internet of Things is expected to grow with 5G. 5G transmits tons of data over shorter distances than 4G LTE. This helps speed and consistency of connection signals and the network itself even when in motion. The network is also able to support more devices due to the use of new signal spectrums. There are growing concerns on the issues of cybersecurity and can it be controlled in the 5G networks, or there are chances it might go out of control. The Ericsson Mobility Report 2020 shows how the impact of COVID-19 has led to the network's crucial role in the society. The report expects the global number of 5G subscriptions to top 2.8 billion by the end of 2025. In India, 5G is expected to represent around 18% of mobile subscriptions at the end of 2025. It also states that in India, the projected value of the 5G-enabled digitization revenues will be approximately $17 billion by 2030. With 5G being a platform for innovation, it will enable the development of new services for consumers, enterprises and industry, including large-scale IoT use cases. Some experts are most focused on the mixed nature of the technology. The very design philosophy of 5G is based on network heterogeneity. This means that the network can be a combination of technologies such as Wi-Fi and LTE. However, the technology developers will have to be extra attentive to 5G security. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. Tesla and Tata Power to engage in electronic vehicle charging infrastructure. Tesla Inc. is exploring an arrangement with Tata Power to set up charging infrastructure for electric vehicles in the country. Tesla is geared up with its base in India with its plans to import and sell its Model 3 electric sedan in India. Tesla will set up an electric car manufacturing unit in the southern Indian state of Karnataka. India is looking forward to greater participation from Japan in PLI scheme. Secretary in the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, that is DPIIT, Guru Prasad Mahapatra said the government has undertaken several policy reforms including PLI scheme to boost manufacturing and exports. The PLI scheme is for 13 key sectors including telecom and automobiles, food processing, medical devices and its components, textiles and solar PV modules, where India is looking forward to a greater participation from Japan in the program. Nazara Technologies IPO will open on March 17th. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala-backed company Nazara Technologies' long-awaited initial public offering will open on March 17th, marking the first ever bid by a homegrown gaming company to go public. Nazara Technologies is a gaming firm popularly known for its games on the World Cricket Championship, Chhota Bheem and Motu Patlu series. The company looks to raise Rs 583 crores in the upcoming public issue. An investor can place bids for a minimum of 13 equity shares and multiples thereafter, translating to a minimum investment of Rs 14,313 per investor. BSNL MTNL won't be profitable for another 2 years. State-run Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, that is BSNL, as the Parliamentary Standing Committee on IT has noted in a report that the telco won't be profitable for another 2 years, even though it is saving up to Rs 10,000 crores annually. BOT in a report had said that BSNL has turned EBITDA, that is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization, positive for the first 6 months of the current fiscal year. However, the parliamentary panel says BSNL will be profitable by 2023 to 24 only if it fully realizes revenue and cash flow from services and monetizes its assets. Nokia launches first commercial service enablement platform to drive Open RAN innovation. Finnish telecom major Nokia said its service enablement program, that is SAP platform, is the first cloud-native, fully containerized commercial solution offering O-RAN compliant RAN programmability and AI/ML based RAN optimization and automation capabilities. Nokia SEP leverages low latency information to boost optimization through closed loop automation and faster, more flexible service deployments. It is a single platform that deploys both RIC and MEC capabilities for intelligence and innovation, and it can be adapted for specific CSP or enterprise requirements. Samsung to set up Innovation Lab in Delhi Technical University. Samsung R&D Institute Noida engineers will collaborate with DTU faculty and students on research projects in the smartphone domain based on technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning and computer vision, as well as application framework, multimedia, health and security. This new lab will enable students to get a deeper understanding of some of the latest technologies and work jointly with Samsung engineers to contribute to the projects with fresh ideas, gain valuable industry experience and expand their horizons, said Yogesh Singh, Vice Chancellor, DTU. Accenture acquires cloud-native product and platform engineering firm Imagini. In a bid to enhance cloud data and cloud modernization skills across multiple platforms from Amazon Web Services, Azure and Google Cloud Platform, Accenture has acquired Imagini. The acquisition will add approximately 1,350 cloud professionals to Accenture and will bring a highly skilled cloud-native full-stack engineering team. Imagini, a cloud-native product and platform engineering firm, helps companies drive innovation through disruptive technologies to transform their businesses digitally and capture new opportunities. Mera Ration mobile app launched. Shri Sudhanshu Pandey, Secretary, Department of Food and Public Distribution, addressed a press conference on One Nation One Ration Card, that is ONORC plan. On this occasion, the Secretary also launched Mera Ration mobile app. This app will benefit especially those ration card holders who move to new areas for livelihoods. Shri Pandey said that the system, which was started initially in 4 states in August 2019, has been swiftly rolled out in a very short span of time in 32 states and union territories by December 2020, and the integration of remaining 4 states and union territories, that is Assam, Chhattisgarh, Delhi and West Bengal, is expected to be completed in next few months. Fintech emerges as the fastest growing tech sector, says Deloitte. Deloitte has announced its list of 50 fastest growing technology companies in the country, with fintech emerging as the fastest growing segment. The aggregate revenue of the top 10 companies has gone up from about Rs 21 crores to just under Rs 400 crores, representing a growth of close to 20x in the 2018 to 2020 period, a Deloitte statement said. It further says that fintech emerged as a key sector in this year's rankings, represented by 4 of the top 6 winners. Newer threats from Microsoft against unpatched networks. Microsoft has detected and blocked a new family of ransomware that was being used against servers that still had not patched vulnerabilities after the attack on its Exchange server software. The attack has claimed at least 60,000 victims globally. The updates it released on Friday are a temporary measure to defend against attacks which were already occurring in many places, the company said. Summing up, the property of heterogeneity makes security more complex. However, there are already some exciting developments in the pipeline for 5G and IoT device security. According to T-Mobile US, 4G information being carried across mobile networks was not always encrypted. In 5G, end-to-end encryption is intended to provide much stronger safeguards for data privacy. Since IoT devices do not often have robust user interfaces, using the QR code lets manufacturers create security protocols that can be operated without the use of a keyboard. It is advised to check and update the IoT device firmware. If IoT devices have exploitable vulnerabilities, manufacturers often identify and fix problems before the hacker can access the device's environment. 5G is a massive step forward for cellulars. 5G security needs some significant improvements to avoid growing risks of hacking. Some of the security worries result from the network itself, while others involve the devices connecting to 5G. But both aspects put consumers, governments and businesses at risk. 5G means more utility and potential for IoT. As more devices are encouraged to connect, billions of devices with valid security means billions of possible breach points. Smart TVs, door locks, refrigerators, speakers and even minor devices like a thermometer for a fish tank can be a network weakness. A lack of security standards for IoT devices means network breaches and hacking might run rampant. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned and have a nice weekend.